Hi everyone, it's Katrina with some important updates about our district disaster drill. So I wanted to first start with the purpose of our drill. First of all, the disaster drill is scheduled for next week, February 28th. That will be a Thursday. We'll begin the drill at it says 9 o'clock. We'll actually begin a few minutes before. So the reason we do this drill, this is a little bit different than our normal drills. We're going to spend a little bit more time on this one, and it really helps us get into our routines deeply and practice our job duties. It helps us troubleshoot issues with our protocols and routines and perfect our systems over time. It's also an opportunity to really get into our first aid and search and rescue supplies and know where everything's located and make sure all of our team members are aware of locations of those items. We also will role play some challenging scenarios, such as what it would be like to have an injured student and to find missing staff and students. And then since all schools are participating, it really helps us understand logistics district-wide and what it will be like to communicate with the district when all schools are on a drill. So in this scenario, we're going to assume that we've had an earthquake. It's a 7.5 magnitude, so obviously a pretty big one. Our infrastructure has been greatly damaged. Hospitals, fire, police are at capacity, and we'll have to self-sustain for a few hours before receiving help. So as part of this scenario, to give it some of the actual situations that could happen, expect the following things. We are going to have some staff that we'll have missing. We're going to plan for some injured staff, injured students. We're going to have some missing students. We'll have a trapped class, and we'll have some blocked routes. Those will be things that if you are asked to help out with, you'll be notified the day before. Make sure whenever you're taking roll with your students that you check in with every student. Last year we had some students who were acting as our missing students, and we never tell the teacher it's supposed to enact a real situation, and the teacher reported that all students were present even though one was missing. So please be meticulous with checking and accounting for all of your kiddos. So some logistics for the drill. The day before, please review drill expectations and procedures with your students and explain the purpose of practice. We want them to know this is something to take seriously. The more we practice correctly when it's just a drill in an actual emergency, that will help us know what to do. So go over duck and cover, go over why we do the drill, how to walk out, etc. Let students know that they can bring a towel or blanket to sit on and a book out to read. We will be out there for close to an hour, so we'll want students to be comfortable. The day of the drill will go something like this. Between 8:55 and 9, I'm going to announce duck and cover. This is something, again, you'll want to practice with your students and make sure they know how to duck and cover and that they have the proper part of their body under their desk to protect their head and neck. So practice that before with your students. After about 2 minutes from announcing duck and cover, assume that the shaking has stopped. I'm not going to announce walking out. We're just going to pretend like it's a real earthquake, and when the shaking stops, you guys are going to exit. Take out your red emergency bag. You're going to only use the materials labeled drill. Those bags have been restocked by Tracy and the office staff, so we want to make sure we only use the drill supplies. All students should walk out quietly and sit in lines on the field. You're going to be out there for, again, close to an hour. We need teachers to put on their orange or green vests and have their class sign visible so that we can see where everybody is. You'll take roll very carefully and send a runner up with pink slips. Those pink slips should be in your drill bag. Any staff members that don't have a class should report to Miss Destiny. If everyone is accounted for in your classroom, you're going to put out your green sign. If someone is injured or missing, put out the red sign. Again, if you're IIC, specialists, counseling, you're going to walk your students out and they're going to go to their classroom. After taking roll, check in with your buddy teacher and report to operations chief if you have a duty and you're on our emergency duty list, and you'll know who you are. The drill timeline will go something like this. We're going to pretend at around between 8:55 and 9, shaking begins, and I'll announce duck and cover. Obviously tell your students if we feel shaking, we're going to duck and cover regardless of whether it's called. That situational awareness piece is an important talking point for students. About 2 minutes after, we're going to assume the shaking has stopped. You'll walk your classes out to the field and you'll begin taking roll of all your students, any aides or visitors in your class. Please make sure that that is done correctly. Again, Destiny will be checking in with all staff that aren't attached to a classroom to make sure that we aren't missing anybody. At about minute later, we'll have custodians locking gates and collecting utility shut-off tools to pretend to shut off gas and water. We're not really going to shut off anything. And they will check the campus for hazards and let our search and rescue team know when they can be deployed. We will be setting up our command post. After you know your class is accounted for, you've reported any missing or injured students and sent those up to Ms. Wilson or Ms. Hilton. Staff members with assignments will report to the operations chief. That will be Jill. She will direct you to gather equipment and wait for directions from Ms. Wilson. And I will be giving those directions to operations and logistics about when to start first aid, when to send out search and rescue, etc. And part of my role is also communicating our statistics with the district office. So just kind of closing out, we do the drill for practice and also to really look at how we can improve our system. So we do like to do a debrief afterwards, and I want you guys to consider the following. Do you understand your role in a disaster scenario? Do you know where to find equipment? Do you know how to use the equipment you have? Do students understand what to do and why? If the teacher was injured, would they know to walk out and take the bag without you and report that their teacher was missing? Those are important things to discuss with students. Do we have appropriate supplies and equipment in an emergency? And then finally, would our procedures work in a real disaster, or is there something that we need to consider? So as we wrap up, just think about those things and we will schedule a debrief, and we're always looking to improve our routines and procedures for our drills. Thank you guys for listening. See me if you have any questions.